How's that? I'm going to read the whole story because I cut out 600 words to do so. I believe I can make 5 minutes. The sign on the weather door read Dead Goat Inn. The inn sat on a lonely stretch in the middle of the road to King City. A cloaked traveler tethered his horse and spent a moment watching and listening before entering the inn. Inside, a beefy man stood behind a short wooden bar, mopping the bar top with a cloth stained red. An empty mug lay at its side on the bar. "We're closed," said the man. "Nonsense." The sign outside said, "Welcome." In the traveler's experience, most innkeepers were overweight, rosy-faced men who ate and drank too much of their own bill of fare and never turned away a paying customer. This man had a sharp look about him. His eyes darted back and forth, a schemer or a villain. "A pint of ale, a pint of your best ale," said the traveler, pulling the hood from his cloak. "I've traveled far and ate a plate of stew in a bed." The barman considered the traveler's fierce black eyes, trim goatee, and long pointed ears. "As you can see, the fires are out. I have nothing to offer. A pint of ale. There's an inn not far down the road that's better suited to your kind." "My kind? What kind is that? A thirsty traveler weary from the road?" "You be an elf." "'Tis plain on the board of my nose. We don't see many elves these days. Just yesterday, a band of dwarfs came in from their silver mine. Those boys had a mighty thirst. They drank me dry, so I have nothing to offer. Try the laughing horse." "Ale," said the traveler. "You don't talk much. I thought elves love to talk." "Perhaps that's evidence I'm not an elf. Besides, you're doing all the talking for the two of us." "How do you explain those pointy ears, then?" "I had an accident at birth. The midwife pulled me out by my ears and they've been pointy ever since." "What about that ale? You're a tavern keeper, aren't you?" "What gave me away?" "Well, the sign at the door said Dead Goat Inn, and then kegs of beer and casks of wine. And here you are. The only thing missing is my ale." "Well, I call that circumstance. Much like your ears, quite circumstantial. I could be a thief in the middle of robbing the place, and then you walk in. The tavern keeper could be tied up in the kitchen. He could be on the floor bleeding from the blow of the head I gave him." "Is he dying?" the traveler asked, putting his hand on a long blade at his waist. "Who can say? He'd certainly need a brave soul to get past me and save him. They say elves are brave. By the look of that pig sticker in your sash, you must be a fighter, because that ain't no eating knife. As hungry as you claim to be, it looks like you're eager for a fight," said the barman. "You certainly are a worthy fellow. I'd like to oblige. However, I didn't come here for an adventure or a fight or soul saving. All I want is ale." You better let me see some coin first." The traveler drew a leather bag from the inside of his cloak. From the bag, he pulled out a gold coin. "This should cover the price of the ale, stew, my horse, and a night." "Lords and wizards, a coin of the realm. We don't see many gold crowns these days. Is there something wrong with the coin of the realm?" "Heavens, no. It's just that most travelers trade the common brass. There are more coins like that. Are there more coins like that in your little bag?" "What's in my bag is mine, is this. Yours is serving ale." "Could it be? It could be highly dangerous for a man alone to be carrying a bag of gold, unless, of course, he's an elf and fears fighters' elves. But you don't have a bow and a quiver of arrows under that cloak, do you?" The traveler pulled off his cloak and rolled it in a ball and held it in his left hand. He was dressed in leather and high thigh boots. Again, he put his hand on his dagger, his sash. "I have nothing but what you see." The man behind the bar drew a rapier from under the bar and, leaning across the counter, poked the traveler in the chest with the blade. "I'll have that bag of coins." The traveler leaped back and, using his cloak as a buckler, he batted the rapier to the side. The barman jumped over the bar, and blade on blade they fought. The traveler's quick moves allowed him to get inside the larger man's sword, slashing across the barman's beefy left arm and then deep into his thigh, into his left thigh. The barman howled in pain, dropped his sword. "You win," he said. "Take mercy on an old villain." "I take it you aren't the barman." "No, I'm a thief by trade," said the man as he tied a scarf around the hole in his leg. "What's your name?" the traveler asked. "My father called me Henry Stoneman, My friends call me light touch. Oh, will you be all right, Henry? I've had worse. I didn't mean to hurt you. Well, these days I'm a little slow on my feet, but few men have beat me so quickly. You must be an elf. Only an elf could beat me as you did. Believe what you want. Is the innkeeper in the kitchen? Yes. Does he need saving? Well, heavens no, he's tied up. But I'll go untie him. He can wait. What I want is a pint of ale, said the traveler. Will you join me? Oh, I'd be honored. Light Touch said, limping behind the bar, what's your name? Robert. In King City, I'm known as Robbie the Elfman. So you are an elf. Let's say you're half right. The advance payment of the crown to the innkeeper provided for a room and a pot of stew, and sitting by the fire, the two men ate the stool and drank ale and smoked tobacco from long stem pipes. The road can be dangerous for a wealthy man traveling alone, Light Touch said. What you need is someone who knows a villain when he sees one, a man who can fight back and back you in a fight. Let's talk about that later, said the traveler. What do you think King Gerald would pay to return his daughter, Isabel? Isabel? He'd pay a fortune. Is she kidnapped? Not yet. Here's half a crown if you're going to go with me in the morning to King City